Everyone is talking about the Mansa X, but is it actually better than the money market fund? Today, let us compare the two and look at the differences between them, what they do, and see which one fits who and which one to go for in which case. Yeah. As usual, this is Build Your Wealth Hub, where we talk about money and we break down investments into simple and understandable ways where anyone can be able to understand. And also we teach each other on the current trends in the stock markets. We monitor what's going on and talk about everything, money, investments, and finances. If you're new here, feel much welcome. You're in the right place. Please subscribe for more content and for more financial education, and let us grow together and build our wealth the smart way. Welcome, and let's dive into it. I am going to explain them in a very simple language, a layman's language as we say, where anyone can understand. I'm not going to use any jargon or any difficult words. So let's define a Mansa X. This is an investment where funds are invested by Standard Investment Bank. It is under the category of special funds. And what happens is they invest the money in highly risked investments such as stocks, currencies or forex, commodities such as gold, bonds, and fixed income. They claim to invest their money in over 2,000 investments, which are highly risked. And we all know that the higher the risk, the higher the potential return. And the potential return is around 20% as at now. So what Mansa X does is that they invest the money in highly risked investments that I have mentioned, which means the potential return is high, and that's why it really attracts investors because of high potential return. On the other hand, a money market fund is an investment where resources are pooled by fund managers and the money is invested in lowly risked investments such as the government bonds and bank deposits. So these are the low risk investments which are kind of considered safe, and that is why the return is almost guaranteed and safe, and also the return is low because they have been invested in low return investments. Yeah, so that is the main difference on how Mansa X and MMF are run. They are both funds, but this one is a special fund and the other one is a money market fund. So let's look at the differences in terms of returns. As we've seen in Mansa X, the returns are high but not guaranteed, but in money market funds, the returns are low and stable. Remember, our motive is to find out which one to invest in between the two. We have not forgotten that, and now we've defined them, and we are now gonna look at more differences between the two that will help us to narrow down and maybe choose which one fits which type of investor. Okay, so let's look at the difference in terms of liquidity. For Mansa X, it has a lock-in period which is usually 6 months. When you put in your money, after 6 months is when you can access the money. But money market funds has easy withdrawal, which is normally between 1 to 3 days. Another difference is in terms of the minimum investment amount. For Mansa X, the minimum amount you can invest is 250,000 Kenyan shillings, and the minimum deposit amount that you can put on your account at a time is 100,000. The initial is 250,000 and you can top up 100,000 at a time. For money market fund, the minimum initial investment amount is from 100 to 5,000 depending on the money market fund. So this has helped us to narrow down, you know, like one is talking of 250,000, one is 100 to 5,000. In terms of regulation, Mansa X may not be strictly regulated, but money market fund is highly regulated by a capital market authority. Which one is the best between the two, Mansa X and money market fund? Personally, I would say there is no one size fits all answer. Consider money market fund if you want safety, you are a beginner, or you need emergency funds. And you can consider Mansa X if you understand risks, you want to diversify your portfolio, or you want higher returns. If you have, let's say, over 250,000 shillings, it might be a good idea to invest in both. If you have less than that, if you have barriers of entry into the Mansa X, you can consider using a money market fund as a parking account where you can grow your money until it is enough to invest in the Mansa X. But remember, before you put all your money in the Mansa X, make sure you have some as your emergency fund, because anything can happen at any time. Also, remember that smart investors do not choose one. Instead, they diversify, because both Mansa X and money market fund serve different function in your portfolio. Therefore, consider having both, or if you are limited, you can start with one as you grow towards the other. In this case, we cannot say which one is better than the other one, because they both have different functions on your portfolio as an investor. Yeah, so if you have watched up to this far, thank you so much. Consider subscribing if you haven't, for more content and more ways to build our wealth the smart and simple way. Bye for now, and see you next time.